Hi everyone, welcome back. As you can see, I have gotten some more work done on this painting since the last time you saw it. And I'm just going to add this part of the umbrella in here real quick. And then I'm going to finally use the the laser iridescent paste that I have been talking about so much. So instead of fumbling around with a ruler or just kind of winging it on making a straight line, and I think I just got some underneath that tape, I've used masking tape to hopefully get a straighter line. And then once the paint is dry, I'll peel off the tape and it should be a fairly clean line. If you watched my video that I posted over the weekend when I was talking about my series America, then you'll have heard me mention using masking tape before to create the stripes on some of those, all of those paintings. All those paintings have stripes, so it's a neat trick. It's pretty convenient, and it works well. Every once in a while, the paint might get a little bit under the edge of the tape if I didn't get the tape put down as well as I should. Hopefully that doesn't happen here, but if it does, I'll just touch it up. Yeah. And if it does I knocked over a paint tube. If it's a little bit off in this section, that'll be okay because it's going to be a transparent panel in the umbrella, so it doesn't have to be very, I can't think of the word. So in focus, I suppose, which is really not the right wording, but I'm gonna go with it for now. Okay. As you can see also, after my work on it last night, she finally has hair, which took me long enough to get that in there. I kind of did an old-timey sort of hairstyle. I really like the 30s and 40s hairstyles. I've been on a kick with using those lately in my drawings and paintings. I think they're really pretty. Okay, are you ready? This is my first time using the laser iridescent paste by Master's Touch, the Hobby Lobby brand. So excited! Never used it before. Let's see, ready? Ta-da! Okay, so I'm gonna have to put on a few layers of this, but it's cool. A little bit of shine to it. Does it show up? Let's see if I can scooch in a little bit and then bring it back out. We can get it to show. Not so much. It's okay. Just gotta use some more layers. Let's see. See, it's kind of these big pieces of glitter in a clear acrylic medium binding agent, sort of. I can't remember if I mentioned it yesterday in the video that I posted. I took about 3 takes on yesterday's video, so I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the one that I posted or one of the previous attempts, but I'm going to back this out a little bit more so I have some more room. What I plan to do for this part, which is it's sort of, the sidewalks that have the little pebbles in them. That's what I want it to be. And I've put the coarse texture gel on there so that maybe it won't be as flat. But the next thing I'm going to do with it is I'm going to use masking tape and probably some kind of tracing paper to block off this half and also her calves. And I'm going to try to do some splatter paint. I have a brush now that I can use to, instead of just throwing on the big globs of it with my fingers, which is what I did on the America series paintings, which worked for those, but wouldn't work so much on this. And just different colors to try to get that effect on there. So a lot of experimenting on this painting, trying new things. First of all, obviously painting it with my left hand, and then this iridescent paste, and it's a practice piece. It's a learning exercise. So I will take full advantage of experimenting with stuff on it, and hopefully it goes well. And if not, then I will learn from what I did on this one and put to use in my future paintings. See if I can move my lamp over. I have a very small workspace, so I get too much stuff over here and I don't have room to work. Let me try to move some things around real quick. Kind of an overcast day outside, so the light coming in from the windows is not what it usually... Oh, well, there you go. Look, you can see the shine from the iridescent paste there. And I would edit this out, but I don't have a way to do that just yet. I like the way the light hits those. Probably, I don't know that I'm going to put any, I don't think it would make sense to have any in here, in that area, because that's underneath the dress. I don't know why she would have sparkles on both sides of the material. This stuff is so cool. It's nice to use these sort of mediums, whether it's the texture gel or things like this, or the modeling paste, which I'm still trying to get the hang of on your paintings, because it sort of breaks up the monotony, I guess. You know, it makes it more interesting for people who are viewing your work to see different textures and different effects, and just holds their attention a little bit longer, which is always a good thing, right? You want people to keep looking at your work. You put a lot of time in it, so you want people to spend time looking at it. Wow, that's really neat. I like this stuff a lot. Alright, I think I'm gonna give that a chance to set just a little bit, so that I don't keep just globbing it on and moving around the same things that I keep putting on there, getting nowhere, you know. Because right now I really like the way that it looks. So get this little bit of glob off of my brush in that spot, and I'll go back and add some more later. It looks really cool. Look at that, the way it catches the light as my light moves into that. You know what that reminds me of? I don't know if you've ever watched the original Dark Shadows series, not the... There's one that came on, it was a remake, I think, in the 80s or early 90s. Not talking about that one. Definitely not talking about that movie that came out a few years ago. No. But the original one that was on in the 60s and 70s had Jonathan Frid and David Selby, and it some of the episodes that they filmed were actually done live. So if you go back and watch it, every now and then you'll find some bloopers and stuff, and there were a couple times where you'd see like a boomstick come into the shot, And that light just reminded me of that. But it was a really good show, you know? It was creepy like it was supposed to be, and they couldn't rely on computers or anything like that. They really had to take the time to make those effects work, and the makeup and the costumes. It was such a good show. They have the entire set on Amazon. I've seen it. And I keep telling my mom, one of these days, I'm going to get a really big commission, and I'm going to buy her that set, because that's her favorite show. And I mean it. It's really cool, because well, no, that's the wrong thing. I was going to get out the iridescent medium, and I was just about to use the modeling paste. See, the modeling paste is out to get me. Hang on a second. But yeah, now it's recorded that I'm going to get my mom that complete series of Dark Shadows one day. So now I really have to do it. So I'm going to take some of this out. This is the Liquitex Iridescent Medium. This is fun. If you get it though, it's very thin. So open the tube facing up, and if you can store it with the lid up on it instead of standing it like you would think you could do, because it has a flat lid, store it that way, because otherwise as soon as you open it, it's going to run out all over the place, and you're gonna go, oh no, why? I can say that because I've done it. I know from experience. If I could find the right brush, I could show you why I'm even getting this out in the first place. Yeah. So those transparent panels on the umbrella that I talked about, I'm going to use a thin layer of the iridescent medium that I just showed you, that just splattered everywhere when I closed it. And I'm going to use that on some of the panels. I think I have too much of a glob there, sorry. It's kind of menacing. Play creepy music when it slowly comes into the frame like that. Guess I'm gonna have to watch some old-timey spooky movies. Let's see. So you just like that. And I'll work on it some more too, and probably tonight. I'm working a little bit ahead of the videos, so you'll see how that turns out too. But yeah, so you can still kind of see the colors underneath it, but they're not so sharp. But it's also not just a flat white. It's funny because when you're deciding that if you decide that you're going to try to use your non-dominant hand for things, you don't really realize, I mean, you know you're doing something different, but you don't really realize all the different ways you're going to have to try to move your hand to do just things you don't even think about with your dominant hand. Like, how do I hold it steady, or how do I reach in there to get that brush stroke without being in my own way or something. Meanwhile, with your right hand, you just do it without, well, my right hand, I just do it without thinking, so it's cool. That's why I like drawing and painting with my left hand more. It seems that it keeps me focused on my work a little bit more. Like, I pay even more attention to it. Not that I don't pay attention to the things I do right-handed, but it's just, I don't know, more alert, maybe. Okay. And there's the alarm. So we got a little bit of work done today, right? I hope that you guys enjoyed your time. Maybe got you interested in trying some new mediums. Thank you so much for spending your time with me and for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Please comment below with any questions, critiques, comments. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you like the videos that I share here, then please feel free to share the links on your other social media pages so your friends can see them and enjoy them too. I hope that you're doing well and that you're having a great week. Take care, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye.